Good day, good people. It is Stephanie, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome and thanks for stopping by. And if you're returning, thank you guys for coming back. This is my mid year check in for what's working in my planning and journal system. So I wanted to hop on real quick and share with you. Basically, for me, when it came to 2026, I did do a lineup and I talked about some of the things that I wanted to use. And luckily, I didn't necessarily hop in and out of my systems. It was more so like what I never even started in. So I do have, in true transparency, I do have two planners slash journals that I never even started in. So therefore, I didn't technically hop. But anyway, I'm here to talk about what I am doing, and I'll start with my faster systems or easier ones to discuss first. So with that, this is my 5 year diary from Sterlingink, and it is moving right along just fine. I am in year 3 of this book, and while I don't necessarily do an entry every single day, I try not to get more than a week behind in this system, but it is still here and it is still going strong. Next, I have my ink journal. And if you remember at the beginning of the year, I did an in depth look at setting this up, what I wanted it to be, and all of those things. And again, this is another one that has just been moving right along. I have been able to add a new section called nib grinds because I haven't since experienced them for the first time in this year. So these are a couple of the grinds I now have on some of my pens. So that is a very new section. Um, my list section, I seem to have acquired everything on the list except for a Hogtown pen. So I still have 6 months to get that if I still want to. Um, so yeah, my pen plans, my pen acquisitions, guys. Whew. I need to slow my roll on those. But at any rate, say all of that to say the journal is moving right along with the way I planned and had hoped for it to. So I am satisfied with this. So, with that, still keeping with pens and inks, this is actually something new. It came about because I was going to my first and second pen show this year. So I decided to create a small little notebook specifically to take with me to pen shows. So I went to the Atlanta pen show this year and I went to the Chicago pen show this year. Um, can't say that this is the cutest layout, and I have some ideas moving forward with how I want to really set this up for maximum, use. But I have some ink swatches here. My girlfriend wrote in all of Kirk Spears' grinds for me when I was having my appointment with him. So those are the things I have in here so far. But I do have some other ideas of how to change this or make this work better for me for future shows. So that is something new, but also something that's more so just a work in progress. Okay, and then from there, you guys know that I use an A6. It is my purse planner. Um, and I use it just how I say. It's in my purse. I grab it if I need to take down a quick note, jot down a memory, something I want to remember, anything like that. I try my best to put stickers on the pages, but sometimes if I don't get to that, that's fine too. And it's just kind of a catch all of anything there is to catch. And I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy the A6 size, and I am starting to think about things I want to do in 2027 with this size and in some different ways. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for now and for the rest of this year, I'll still use my A6 the way that I've been using it. Okay. And then from there, I guess I'll grab my traveler's notebook. You know, I love a traveler's. Currently, I'm in this cover because I'm just coming back off of vacation, but I use a traveler's in some form or fashion at all times. This is specifically my vacation insert. If you guys don't know, I did just recently come back from Paris and London. This is the insert that I am working on. So far, I've just printed out pictures and trying to get my thoughts together on how I want to actually create this. I did a little bit while I was on vacation, but not a lot. So this is the insert for that I'll be working on. Um, this is the traveler's diary that I'm getting ready to change out because this one is January through June. I tried to use it. I need to concentrate on it a little bit better for the second half of the year because I do enjoy the insert. So I'll be putting the new insert in later on this week, and I will probably be changing out the cover as well because I took this one specifically on my travels. So, lastly, that leads me to the main two planners and journals that I use more so on a daily basis. In this Hobonichi cover is my actual daily planner. I use the Sterlingink A5 Common Planner. That's what this is. And I am using the Core Planner this year. It came with the Cosmo Airlight paper. I am enjoying it so much. I know that I have not done a flip through in a while, so I'm going to take you guys to May just to show that real quick. No stickers this week, but you know, hey, that's fine. This was the week of graduation for the program that I run in mid-May. Um, week of May 18th through the 24th. I love the way this came together. I used a variety of different stickers from different shops. And then that last week of May, wrapping up the school year with students. So that's why that's pretty light because I was really running. Then we came up with the first week of July. I just felt a little more festive, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but I chose this kit based on how I was feeling. And then excited to go on vacation. This was my last work week. Um, and the 10th was my last day of work just for a couple of weeks off. Then we headed off to Paris and London the end of this week, and then all of this week. So you see, I decorated as such. And then this is the current week that I'm filming this right now. This is the current week that we're in, and I wanted to take some quiet time at home just to be with myself, to meditate, to pray, do all of those things during this week. Basically, that's what I do to just get my mind right. And again, this is our current week. This will be next week, which is my last week off. And then I'll return to work on this week. So that is how my daily planner is going. And yeah, this is the month of June. I'll finish setting up for July. In this planner, I do use the quarterly trackers. I try to track some habits. Still practicing with those habits. Got to get a little bit better with those. But yes, that is how I use my daily planner. And then as far as my journal, I like to say daily, but I don't necessarily use it daily, and I'm fine with that because I dilly dally and write in a couple of other books. I have my Paper Republic. Remember, that's my think book, but I do dilly dally in it sometimes. And then in and out of various travelers' inserts, I use those for some journaling at times as well. This is just my main journal, and it is a hemlock and oak notebook. Love the paper, love the grid. It's the 5 millimeter that I like. And like I said, I'm not in here every day. I try to be, but I am not always. I'll start with this one as well with May, since I went back to May in my planner. This is what things look like in May. That first week was at the Chicago Pen Show. Um, Met up with Lori Tata, took a picture with her, had a great time. Rhonda and I, this was my damage. I bought these 5 pens while I was at the show. Enjoy them all. But these are just what some of my pages look like. You see, a lot of it is just long form journaling. I want to get more into breaking up the page in some kind of way. So I'm practicing putting some big words in. And then here I was practicing sectioning off the page this way, sectioning off the page that way. I enjoyed that, so I plan to practice that and play with that a little bit more. Um, but yeah, just still journaling, still getting some things out. Again, not every day, but what happens with me is I'll still come back and fill this in. And I don't have a problem with that. Then I started jotting down a little bit about vacation, still working on some of those pages. But yeah, that's what my journal looks like. And this is the A5 size. The other ones I play in are different sizes than the A5. Like I said, sometimes the inserts of a traveler, um, and then sometimes in my Paper Republic, and that's a Grand Voyager XL size there. So yeah, these are the things that are still working for me. All of these things I started at the beginning of the year and are still working. Like I said, with regards to what's not working, I never actually started in those books anyway. Feel bad about them because they are dated items, but I still may pull them out later and use them for something else. I still have them. One of them is the Hours Journal, which, to be honest, I had no business buying because I tried that journal last year and it didn't work. So I don't know why I bought it again this year. And then the other one was the original A6 Hobonichi, when I shouldn't say original, the one that's got the yellow. I knew I didn't really like that because of the colors in it, and I always get this one because it's just your black and white. And as a matter of fact, while I'm beating myself up, honestly, I think I only have that because of a cover I bought. Because this year it came with covers. I mean, the book came with the cover. You guys know what I'm trying to say. And maybe in hindsight, I should have just sold it, but I kept it. So that's the other thing that I just never started and did not use. But yeah, just wanted to jump on and share this with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have your video out of what's working for you and what's your mid-year planner stack. I'd like to go check them out. Please leave me a comment if you have one. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. And until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.